For all tuning in, yo, I represent Philly Cam, distinguishment of my voice, it's obvious who I am. James Hatcher, the host that give you food for thought, deliver you the message like the money out the vault. Worthy discussion, live performance with special guests, collaborate communities, well-being we invest. WPPM, don't forget the LP, 106.5 FM, also broadcast TV, Comcast Xfinity, channel 66 and 966, got you all up in the mix. And if you don't got that, the switch to Verizon, Fios 29 and 39, you compromising. Roku, Apple TV, even on demand, Direct TV joining us, it's the perfect plan. And if you don't got cable TV, justify the means. Go to phillycam.org live stream. Welcome all attendees to an episode of the Televised FM radio special titled Food for Thought, in which producers of content get together to proclaim their purpose of inspiration and share them to the communities abroad and various forms of media. So in this episode of the Televised FM radio special titled Food for Thought, the theme of the conversational topic is weighing options of probability to establishing set objectives. Whenever one may have a goal to solidify, there may be various outcomes initially perceived. This perception of outcomes are due to how the task is approached, the environmental settings, as well as the possible amenities utilized to accomplish a goal. Be it as it may, having an idea to pursue a beneficial goal is an accomplishment within itself. And that is the food for thought of this episode. Now we will take a short music intermission, then return with the featured special guest.
Hey everybody, thanks for listening. My name is Gus Amador. This is WPPM 106.5 with James and Allison. It's called Love on Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time I see her walking, I feel a strange sensation within. Her unique ways drive me insane. I just want to love her again and again. Hey girl, see the way I look at you. You're the only drug I can do. Give me a sign that I could see, that you feel the same way for me. Oh, I know I'm not wrong, don't make me wait so long. Oh, I know I'm not wrong, 'cause your love is on hold. Oh, your love is on hold. People say I'm playing with fire, but that's the chance I'll always take. This time I'll challenge her, even though I want to escape. Every day I play my part. You being there is a start. You a seal of approval on my head. I'm better than anyone you ever had. Hey girl, see the way I look at you. You're the only drug I can use. Give me a sign that I can see it, that you feel the same way for me. Oh, I know I'm not wrong, don't make me wait so long. Oh, I know I'm not wrong, 'cause your love is on hold. Yes, your love is on hold. Oh, your love is on hold. Thank you, WPPM.
All right, so now we're back on WPPM 106.5 FM, Food for Thought, televised FM radio special. I'm the host that goes by the name of James Hatcher. Joining me is a music composer and songwriter whose music is not only enjoyable, but is also relatable to any listeners as if his songs were about them. So without any longer wait, I introduce this special guest to introduce himself.
Hi, James. Gus Amador. How are you?
I am doing very well and everything like that. Your music is very inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I have some questions and inquiries of interest I would like to share with you.
Okay. I hope I can answer them the right way.
Hey, this is not an SAT, so just be yourself and everything like that.
I will
I'm
do
gonna
my best.
Start off with a slow pitch. All right. So, when introducing yourself as an artistic, creative individual, what genre do you identify your music as?
I basically call it acoustic when I play acoustically.
Okay.
Acoustic folk punk rock. And the reason I call it that is that my music has evolved over the years.
Okay.
When I was a young lad back in the 70s, I listened to a lot of singer-songwriters like your James Taylor, your Cat Stevens.
And so what genre
that was more like singer-songwriter folk music.
Okay.
And then as the years went by, like in the mid 70s, the punk scene came around. The first wave, you had the Ramones, you have the Clash, you have the Sex Pistols, and I really got into that because I came to realize this: you only need 3 chords to write a song.
Right. Okay.
So that's how I consider myself a folk punk rocker.
Okay. So you said you started off like with folk music?
More or less, yeah, very mellow.
Okay.
When I first started playing guitar, I had this little beat up, no name, acoustic guitar with nylon strings, and I used to pick with my fingers.
Okay.
I didn't know what I was doing. My cousin taught me like 2 or 3 chords, and I took it from there.
Okay, so what made you what compelled you to and inspired you to switch to genre? Even though you say that's still part of your influence.
It just evolved. It was just
the content,
the time, at the time, what I was listening to on the radio. I used to listen to a lot of independent radio back then, and I still do when I can catch. The college stations were my favorite. Independent radio stations as well.
Okay.
They would play stuff that I never heard of. There was this one. I'm originally from New York.
Okay.
And there was a station out in Long Island called WLIR, and they introduced a lot of the British acts during the late 70s and early 80s. A lot of new wave stuff, and they call it new wave. I don't even know why they call it new wave. To me, it's just rock.
Right.
It boils down to. So. Like I said, my musical taste has just evolved with the years as they go by.
Okay,
they went by, yeah.
All right. There are some musicians and performing artists that prefer not to use their personal names when presenting their musical content to the public. What is the reason why you may use your personal name when promoting your music to the public, and how does that name signifies the musical content that you promote?
Hey man, I'm just Gus Amador. That's the bottom line.
Okay.
I everybody knows me by that name. That's my real name is Augustine. But when I was growing up, kids in the neighborhood couldn't pronounce Augustine. So I looked at my name and I go, oh, there's 3 letters there, G-U-S. My name is Gus.
Right.
And it's been Gus ever since then.
Okay. All right. Well, the reason why I say that is because, you got some musicians that just use their, objects and certain things in the environment.
I'm not that
to
type
compare themselves, their personalities with that.
I am I, and that's it.
Okay. All right. So what is one type of an environment that you choose as being suitable to stimulate your thinking to create the ideas and the content for the song?
Good question. I could be sitting down on my couch, watching a TV show. I could be driving around in my car, seeing a sign with some words, and I'm like, "Oh, let me write that down." I could be walking in the park. There's really no specific area where I can identify that motivates me. It's spur of the moment, basically.
So
if you say something that I think it's fantastic, I'll write it down,
right.
and then I'll use it in a song.
Right. That I think that's with any musician. But is there like a specific environment, if you had a choice, that you would rather prefer to be at?
No. It's no, there isn't.
Okay.
I can't pinpoint any specific area.
Okay. All right. So we can get into a song.
Sure.
What song would you like to get into?
The Last Time.
The Last Time. All right. So we're going to get into the song The Last Time with yours truly, Gus Amador. On WPPM 106.5 FM Philadelphia.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gus Amador. This is WPPM 106.5 Food for Thought Radio Special with James and Allison. The first song I'll be doing is The Last Time. The last time you close your eyes is when life catches up with you. The last breath you sigh is the spirit passing through. Make all amends, have no regrets. Your list. It's better said than done. You have to start from the beginning. Have no answer, have no clue. You need to figure out for yourself. Other chances you never did. 'Cause each day that passes doesn't exist. Did. 'Cause each day that passes doesn't exist.
All right, so this is Food for Thought Radio Special, WPPM LP 106.5. You just heard the song The Last Time.
Correct.
And so we're back with Gus. All right, so do you think it is more beneficial for an artist to have a song already written before entering a recording studio to work with a producer? Or is it best that an artist or producer makes the song together during a studio session, and why?
Well, no, you should basically have an idea of the song, the structure, how you hear it in your head when you go into the studio. Of course, when you take a song into a studio and you have a producer, he will, mold it a certain way he would maybe add some strings or keyboards or other musicians on there. But yeah, basically you should have a sort of a structured element to your song before you go into the studio.
Okay, so that would be to help the producer to compromise with what kind of production.
Well, it's more or less to provide him your vision of the song,
okay,
of what you think the song should be, and it's good to have other people to give inputs on what can be done a little different or speed it up or slow it down and so on and so forth. For example, when I did my first CD, Too Short of 12, in fact, the only CD I've ever done in my life, I had the songs acoustically. I have a cousin who lives in Puerto Rico. He has a recording studio down there. He's kind of famous. His name is Andy Mendoza.
Okay.
Down in the Caribbean. He does a lot of Latin artists.
Okay.
And I would send him my music.
Mm-hmm.
And he got some musicians, and he he recorded the stuff. He sent it back to me. I'm like, oh, that's a different take to that song. I think I kind of like that. Mm-hmm. Eventually, that evolved where I sent him like 5 or 6 songs. He said, listen, I can't do anything else. Can you find a producer where you live? So I found a producer up there in New York where I lived. His name was Buck. Unfortunately, he passed away.
Okay.
And he changed a little bit, but he added this fantastic guitars.
So you provided like just the verses, like the lyrics a cappella?
No. I did it acoustically. I did the recordings at home, and I sent it to my cousin in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. And he just built around that, and he sent it back to me. Okay. He sent me like the basic tracks.
Right. So it's best for an artist, in your perspective, to make sure you at least come with...
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
So, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any...
Let me just say one thing.
Okay.
When you do that, you save money.
Oh, right. And what's the reason why you save money?
Because if you just come into a studio with just an idea, the clock is ticking.
Right. Okay.
Okay. And eventually a song that will cost, I don't know, $200. Next thing you know, it's costing like $600. Mm-hmm. I could be off with the money out of, but that's why you should have some sort of a already strong song already put together before you go into the studio.
Okay. All right. So is there anything that you may share that is common with the music artist with a different genre when listening to their music that has you considering a collaboration or even developing the ability to write in that specific genre outside of the genre?
Not really. It's no. The bottom line is no.
Okay.
All
right. So how important is it to have the knowledge of timing when it comes to making like the patterns, sequences, and consistencies of certain sounds and tunes from instruments such as string notes on a guitar, keyboard, or piano, or drum line when producing a melody for lyrical content, and why?
That's another good question. Timing is always important, When I'm sitting down with my guitar, I tap my foot like it's a drum beat.
Right.
Okay, when I'm standing up in front of a mic, the same thing. Mm-hmm. You got to keep time. If not, the whole thing falls apart on you.
Good answer. I know that's a funny question, but
it is a funny question.
I had to pitch that out. It's kind of psychological. All right, so I guess we can get into another song.
Sure. The next one is called All Hyped Up.
All Hyped Up. So we're going to be all hyped up when listening to the song All Hyped Up on WPPM LP 106.5 FM, and we will return.
This one's called All Hyped Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't convince me that I'm wrong. The facts are there before you. Things are changing, not the same. Plan has been on track for some time. Hey, they try to take your freedom. They try to take it all. They try to take everything you love. Yeah, that's why I'm all hyped up. That's why I'm at it again. That's why I'm all hyped up. That's why water sure tastes funny, contaminated with fluoride and other things. Oh, yeah. That's why I'm all hyped up. That's why I'm at it again. That's why I'm all hyped up. That's why I'm at it again. Tired of this game, driving me insane. I need a long, 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 long holiday. Back to nature. Get prepared. 'Cause when the hits a fan, you won't find me there. Yeah! That's why I'm all hyped up. That's why I'm at it again. That's why I'm all hyped up. That's why I'm at it again. At it again. At it again. How about you? At it again. Hey! At it again. How about you? At it again. Yeah.
All right, so we are back on WPPM 106.5 FM, televised FM radio special, Food for Thought. I'm the host that goes by the name of James Hatcher. All right, with Gus Amador. Okay, have you ever wrote or would write lyrical content for a performing music artist that may favor your style of composing music? And if so, would there be a limitation on what type of content that you would write about for them? What optional content would you limit yourself to write about for another artist, and why?
Wow, I never even thought about that. It would be nice if I can write something for a known artist.
All right.
But
so if you was writing a song for me, I needed you to. I'm a performing artist. I know how to sing,
right?
But I don't know how to write music.
Well,
that's just a scenario.
All right. So what kind of style are you looking for?
So I would want, like, just tell me like what kind of song, because I want to perform on stage.
Okay.
And everything. Say like you have an individual that loves to perform, like watch other musicians perform on stage.
Right.
They want the experience of performing. They know they can sing because they sing along with artists and musicians that they listen to, and they listen to you, and you know them personally.
Okay.
So they want you to write for them.
Okay.
Right. So what type of discrepancy you would have with writing? They just want you to write what song.
Okay,
like
this is what you have to collaborate with the person. Okay, you have to sit down and ask that individual questions of what are your points of view of what kind of style you want the song to be like, what kind of lyrics do you want, what is the theme that you want.
Okay.
Do you want a rock song? Do you want a pop song? Do you want a folk song? Do you want a country song? So it's many variables.
Right.
It's not as easy as it sounds.
Mm-hmm. So what would be your description? What would you write about? What would you not write about?
Well, like I said, you have to talk to the individual to see what they. I would write about anything, but I would have to find out where that individual's mindset is.
Okay. All right. So, from your perspective, how essential is it for a music artist to secure their production and content before it is released to the public for listening and viewing? And what can a producer or performing artist do initially to secure and protect their works, especially when promoting it for the public arena to be marketable?
Well, first of all, you always have to copyright your material, no matter what. You always have to copyright your material. Okay, that's very important. If you don't do that, you're in big trouble. Because you've probably read about artists that been sued because their music that they put out sounds like another song. That's what was out there. So you definitely have to copyright the song.
Okay, so that's the first thing. Okay, and that will protect you because there are some people.
It's called plagiarism, basically. If you don't protect yourself, somebody will take it and say, "Oh, I wrote that," and it's not the case.
Right. Okay. All right. So, in a scenario, and that's good. I'm glad you said that because there are listeners that may, seek that type of avenue, and some people is not aware of what they need to do in order to protect.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the first thing I learned when I was started writing stuff.
Right.
And in the old days, you would get in touch with the copyright office in the United States government. They would send you a form. You would fill it out, and a way to copyright your material back then was either a cassette with the songs.
Now, is there a specific copyright type of form?
Yeah, there is. I don't remember off the top of my head what the form number is or lettering is.
What type of form?
It's from the copyright division of the United
I think
States
it might be like SR form, sound recording.
I think you're right.
PA,
yes.
There's
PA, there's the other one, right? Right.
Which is performing artist.
Correct.
So as a content creator, I think the message is for anybody that's creating that wants to contribute, because it's not just about like the self-fulfillment and put yourself out there for to get people's attention, but somebody that's sincere like myself as an artist, as a performing artist, that's able to give back to the community, not only express myself, but it's a way I think that artists put themselves out, because eternally it's just like we see what's going on in our environment, and I feel like our music, our visual arts, some people might be painters or whatever like that, we put it out there because there's things that we would rather show than just to try to say in words. That makes it a little bit more expressive for people to comprehend what we're trying to say within our community. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we show our dedication into what we do as our craft, it actually inspires other people to show that they have self-appreciation for themselves. And as a result, I feel like that may, help to improve the benefit of our environment within our community. Because if the community together as a collective doesn't have self-appreciation for themselves and what they're a part of, then that's when a lot of, detriment takes place, like sickness, not only physical sickness, but mental sickness, mental health. You know what I'm saying? So just us coming together to speak on these things and me acquiring these certain questions is for the betterment, for our community, for, anybody that's listening, anybody that's watching, because, with the things that's been going on as a collective, not only within our small, our intermediate community, but on a global level, it's been a lot of changes. A lot of changes. And, that would affect, people's physical health and mental health. So as, artists and musicians, we have a particular type of empowerment. We just have to tune into it. We have to pay attention to it. You know what I'm saying? And see the importance of how we can uplift other individuals because of, the things that we project out there, especially like our lyrical content, because there's a difference between, like, would it be easier for you, some of the lyrical content that you have, do you feel like you can take those lyrical contents and have the same type of conversation with an individual, the things that you sing about?
Oh, sure. Well, I call, like I said, I call some of my material observational songs. Okay, where I pick up certain ideas from the news or from stuff I see online, and I try to bring it out to the public, and all hyped up as an example of that. There was at the time when I wrote that song, there were things that were like brewing, and it was bothering me. So I said, let me put this out. Maybe somebody else will appreciate what I'm saying.
Right.
And the other song, the new one that I wrote recently, "Don't Take It From Me," is another song that, because of the political nature that's going on now, and it's gotten so crazy and so bad, and people just they don't recognize what's going on. There's too much of a division in the country.
Right.
So I try to point out things that will motivate both sides.
Right.
Of the coin.
Right. So you being as a musician, you have that sense of purpose, knowing that your music can actually have a domino effect on how people perceive their environment.
Sure. Absolutely.
So you do feel like part of you being a musician do you feel like that's like a responsibility, knowing that you have that ability to be able to put that type of message?
Well, it's not a responsibility. This is the thing with a lot of musicians. They put too many their own point of view of things, and they say these crazy things. Okay, you're here to entertain the public. If you want to spread a message, do it subtly.
Right.
Don't be direct. Say certain words that will make the person or the public think. You have to make people think. They have to have critical thinking. That's what the problem we have now. A lot of people don't have critical thinking. Okay, they just go off whatever they read on the internet or see online on TV and stuff like that. It's confirmation bias. That's my one thing that I'm always bringing up. Confirmation bias is that you will only seek those sources that confirm your bias. You have to look at the big picture, so you have an understanding of what the world is all about.
Right. Excellent answer. Excellent perspective. All right, so I guess we can get into another song.
Well,
all right.
Like I said before, let's go. Don't Take It From Me.
All right, so Don't Take It From Me. Take it from Gus Amador. We're gonna listen to that song, Don't Take It From Me, on WPPM LP 106.5 FM Philadelphia. Food for Thought televised FM radio special. Enjoy the music.
We have another one. This is a brand new one. Well, I don't know if it's a protest song. So I like to write a lot of observational songs. Newspaper, I read a lot of newspapers and whenever I can, online, websites and stuff like that. This one is called Don't Take It From Me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why even talk about it? We're all in the same boat. We've been kept divided. That's the oldest trick in the book. Don't take it from me. Check out history. There's no reason to accept what has been said. It's not very social, pointing out obvious things. It's pretty much crucial what the results will bring. Don't take it from me. It's so easy to see. There's no reason to accept what has been said. There's no time to get upset. We all know what to expect. There's no reason to forget all the things that were suppressed. Hey! Why even talk about it? It's so easy to predict. We sure can't deny it, 'cause there is no easy fix. Take it from me, it's so easy to see. There's no reason to accept what has been said. Take it from me, you gotta check out history. There's no reason to accept what has been said. Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, welcome back on the Televised FM radio special Food for Thought on WPPM LP 106.5 with special guest Gus Amador.
Yes.
All right, my man. All right, so in a scenario when there's an aspiring artist sets themselves to go beyond a performing at like a local open mic or talent show to transition it into the professional music world to try to make a living off of it. How important is it to have a level of independence and a business mentality when it comes to promoting their music to the public?
In all the years that I've been performing, I've made tens of dollars.
Tens of dollars.
Tens of dollars.
Okay.
That's my joke.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you have to have a mindset of business. Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, because when you sit down with a venue, you have to discuss what the compensation is going to be.
Okay.
Okay. So that's very important.
So if they're independent, what is the least that a music artist can do to start the process of like their promotion when it comes to like having a business mind and putting their music out? Like what would you suggest for like an inspiring artist to do, like the first thing if they want to make like, to
make it a career?
Yeah.
Well, you need a manager, number one.
Okay.
You need a manager who's going to promote you.
Okay.
Okay. He's also going to represent you.
Okay. What if they don't have like the finances or whatever?
If you're independent, then you do it yourself. You're your own manager.
Right. And that's the importance of having a business mind.
Yeah. You have to. It's everything in world revolves around business. Money's and cents. That's what it boils down to. If you're not aware of that, then you're wasting your time.
Then you're just a performer.
Yeah, you're performing for your own pleasure.
Right. Okay. So you said, okay, so we got the copyright thing covered.
Correct.
As far as protecting
your material. Yes.
Right. So like for the music artist to go out there and say, I want to start this the living off of it. What do you suggest the first thing they should do? I think for myself, well, I'll let you go first.
Well, first of all, you got to have the material.
Okay.
Okay, number one. Number two, you have to know where or what locations you want to perform at.
Okay. Cool.
Number three, you have to be able to have a intelligent conversation with the owner of that establishment.
Okay.
You should write a contract.
Okay.
You should write a contract.
All right, so that's one good thing, but if you don't want to, for me, if an individual don't want to go find like that location or a management, I think, should they start like street performing or would they start the open mic?
There are basketball.
That's how you can come up with the money, huh?
Yeah, you got some people that like to do
come
the
up with the money with
performing
the street performance and then get a manager.
Well, you can do that. There's different ways.
That would be a good way.
There's different ways.
I never tried it.
I had friends who were managers for me.
Uh-huh.
They weren't that good, but They tried.
Yeah. So what did they do? When they started off?
Oh,
Like,
they were good with BSing people.
okay. Did they go to like the clubs or?
They will go.
different-
They will go to bars and talk to the owners, or they knew the owners. Oh,
Okay.
I got this group of guys. They're a good band. They can play for blah, blah, X amount.
Okay.
For X amount of dollars
Okay.
and X amount of time.
Okay. All right. So, all right. What is one major thing that you recognize within the genre of music that you produce that has changed from the time and generation that you began listening and producing to this present time on a global scale in the music world?
Well, right. The thing with music now. Okay, listen. Music has changed since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, rock was prominent
Right.
when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that evolved to the punk rock, to new wave,
Mm-hmm.
to hair metal bands, to heavy metal bands, and then the boy bands, and then all of a sudden country became pop country, and now they have eight people writing a song for a singer.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man! If you're an artist, you should sit down and write your own lyrics. And go into the studio and work the song. Don't. That's
not a benefit from your perspective of authenticity.
No, that's correct. It's not a benefit. Singer-songwriters are very few these days.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that many good ones out there.
Okay. All right. So, what is one of your songs that you have written and produced that is a constant reminder and motivation on the reason why you produce music?
Well, the last song that I did, it's called Love on Hold, is that one song, and I think I mentioned this during the pre-interview, was a song that took me exactly 15 minutes to write from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote the song, I had the strong structures, I had the chord structures, and that's why I still do it to this day, because that showed me that I can write a good song. And then when I presented it to some of my musicians friends, they were like, "That's a good song."
Okay.
So that's my goal, to write a song as good as that one.
All right. So we can get into another song.
Sure. This next one is called "I Wonder Why."
All right. So you don't need to wonder why that Gus has a song that he wonders why, and I wonder why. The song is called "Wonder Why." I wonder why. On WPPM LP 106.5 FM. So the song's called I Wonder Why.
Yes.
All right, and we'll get into that song and just enjoy the music.
We've been together for some time. Sure has been a fun ride. You say left and I'll say right. Together we always seem to compromise. In the morning when I wake up, I make myself a cuppa while you still in bed under the covers. Young ones come and visit us. I'm the grumpy guy that doesn't take any guff. You are sweet and understanding, telling them that I am only joking. They say that I am cheeky. I wish I knew what that meant. Sure sounds silly. I guess that was the intent. And I wonder why am I turning into that guy? We go out to the shows. Though I'm picky, you know, I still go. 'Cause that's what you do when two you are one. That's how you end up in the long run. She laughs at all my joke. We goof at each other. We might get serious, not for long. We end up in the kitchen, getting dinner ready, wondering what wine to open. It's always the same question. And I wonder why am I turning into that guy?
All right, Gus.
Yeah.
All right, it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. Other than going on the online internet to find venues that a music artist can go to perform at, what can be an alternative way to find an opportunity to perform? Is there a specific routine that you utilize as to locating a public venue to perform at? And what kind of opportunities that you look for to determine that these specific type of venues are worthy of your appearance?
Okay, let me just explain one thing. Okay, like I said, I'm originally from New York. I've only been living in South Jersey for 3 years. So when I came down here, I had no intentions of performing again because I stopped performing in 2014. I was just doing home recordings and putting it on my website, reverbnation.com/Gus Amador. When I came down here, my wife says, you got to find something to do. So she introduced me to a porch festival that was happening in Winona, New Jersey. I signed up for that. Let me tell you, I was really rusty.
So what's the reason why she told you that you had something
because
to do?
She knows me.
And you're an artist. You're a musician.
Yes, and she could tell that you're in a new environment, a new location. You got to find other artists so you can express yourself and have fun.
Because it's stressing. It's stressing as a music and an artist not to be able to express yourself because a lot of stuff that runs in our mind.
So what happened was I had to go back to Facebook, which I totally got rid of years ago, and I looked up new South Jersey music scene, and I started checking out open mics, and I noticed one open mic here, one open mic, and I started noticing the same people at these open mics, and I became friendly with them, and they started liking my stuff.
Right.
And they would recommend, hey, let's go to this place, And there's this other organization they call the Original Artist Series, and they asked me to perform. It's OAC, Originals Artists Concert, I think it's called, or something like that. Sorry, Shay, I forgot the name of it. And I'd enjoyed it, but everybody, there's this group of great people down there in South Jersey. They're so supportive, and it motivated me to go out and play and write new material, and introduce myself to a different environment and different atmosphere that I never had experienced back in New York.
Okay. All right. So, is what kind of what? So it has to have a common affiliation within a certain type of group or an establishment for you to say that is worthy to make an appearance.
Yeah. You have to go out there and mingle with the other musicians, and they help you out, and you help them out, and. If I have a show, I'll ask one of the guys. There's these two guys I really like. One of his name is Whiskey Jim, and the other one is Jim. They call themselves the Jims.
Okay.
So I asked Jim Brennan to open up for me in one of my shows. Okay. And the only reason was because I like his stuff, and I like.
Did you meet him on the?
Yeah, I met him through the circuit. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely, and we, like I said, we support each other. There's a lot of support there.
Yeah. All right. So for any individuals interested in adding your music to their archives, what platforms can they locate your music? And for those interested in booking you for on-stage performances, how can they contact you?
All right. So, like I mentioned before, ReverbNation.com / Gus Amador.
Okay.
I have a Facebook page, of course, Facebook.com / Gus Amador -music.
Okay.
And then...
And that plays your music?
Yes.
On the Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook.
Okay.
And I also have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
That I used to have a YouTube channel. I got rid of it, but now I have it again.
Okay.
And I started digging through my archives, and I started putting stuff up there like live performances and interviews that I've had before, and so on and so forth. So that's how they can reach me.
For your music?
Yes.
The ad. Okay. All right. So for anybody that is interested in booking you, how can they contact
the same
you?
way? Yeah, to go through Facebook.
Through Facebook?
Yeah, instant messaging.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure.
Oh, man, it's been a pleasure, too. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
For a wonderful conversation.
Thank you.
Very interesting conversation. All right. So we're going to close this segment of the Televised FM radio special, Food for Thought. I am the host by the name of James Hatcher with the special guest, Gus Amador. I really appreciate all the attendees for this radio special. You can reach me on my Facebook. Type in James Hatcher. Make sure you check out previous episodes of the Televised FM radio special titled Food for Thought, WPPM LP 106.5 FM radio special. You can also go on phillycam.org and type up in the search Food for Thought, and you can get into the previous episodes. Make sure you check out their scheduling to see when it's aired and broadcast live. Also to watch. Also the book Food for Thought, Food for Thought, Literary Concept to Theoretical Reasoning, based and inspired on the themes of topics and the motivational conversations that we do have on this radio special, Food for Thought. Once again, on your endeavors, make sure you take care of yourselves.